Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen. Not a bad show tonight. It wasn't a particularly interesting 2.5 hours, but there were bits and pieces that I did enjoy. And I just feel like we're on the verge of some good storytelling. I feel like after all that we've had to sit through this year, I feel like after all that we've been through, the ups and the downs, the lefts and the rights, the heel turns, I feel like this last quarter of the year is going to be WWE's best as far as telling stories. We'll get into that, and I'll give you the reason why I feel that tonight. Live, Roman Reigns is back. Another great face-to-face with Cody and Seth Rollins. Now we got Actress of the Year, Io Sky. It will be her and Rhea Ripley in Australia against the Kabuki Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday night. I know you need a cold beverage. I know you know I need a cold beverage. And when I get there on this Monday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for September 29th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Monday evening, wherever you may be. The final Monday Night Raw stream of September. The final stream for the month of September. I don't know if this was the best September that we've had or not, but I'm going to give you guys a round of applause anyway. I know by looking at the stats this morning, we're up at least 30% over last year. It's only a good thing, man. You know, the doomsayers, JD has fallen off. I don't really hear them anymore. It's crazy, man. The numbers just keep coming in. Best year over year, best month after month after month. The AEW streams are by far and away the number one stream in the entire community on Wednesday night. Tuesday Night Titans is fucking killing it. Every time we're live for a pay-per-view, we're killing it. We're number one all over the place, man. The JD is dying narrative has been dead for a while. I ain't going nowhere. I want to send my condolences. I want to send my condolences to the fans of the New York Mets. I come in peace. You are now exactly where Ronald Acuna is. Dipping their toes in the infinity pool at some beautiful resort down in Cancun, Mexico. It's fantastic. My thoughts and prayers to the Mets fans, man. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man. What a horrendous way. There's no other way to put it, man. What a horrendous fucking way to end the season, bro. Really? Unbelievable. I watched the last two games, man. Bits and pieces of the last two games. I was at the bar on Saturday night. I watched them pitch a one-hitter against the fucking Marlins, bro. Like, all right, they got it. They got it in the bag, bro. They got it in the bag. And then they come out on Sunday, and all they needed to do was win. Now, it was a sticky situation because the Cincinnati Reds had the tiebreaker during the season. The Reds beat them head-to-head during the regular season. So if the Reds won or lost, and the Mets won, they would have been shit out of luck anyway. Imagine if the Mets won. Imagine how worse it would have been if the Mets won, and the Reds won, and the Reds got in anyway, and the Mets were eliminated. It's crazy. Now, the Reds lost on Sunday. All the Mets had to do was win, and they couldn't win. They couldn't win. It sucks, man. Listen, Grandma was a big Mets fan. Spiritually, I was pulling for the Mets. It was no good. Those prayers went unanswered. But there's always next year, bro. There's always next year. You know, I just can't fathom. I can't fathom spending $800 million on one player. I can't fathom a payroll of $339 million and you don't make at least the extended playoffs. They added more teams to the playoffs, and they couldn't even be good enough for that. At least my season was over after the All-Star game, man. I didn't have to go through this nail-biting nonsense. Are they going to make it? Man, they're coming down to the wire. Man, I was mathematically eliminated by the time we even went into mid-August. Probably even before that. Probably after the All-Star game. They were all checked out. I'd rather have my season go that way instead of the way the Mets season went. But my thoughts and prayers. My thoughts and prayers to everybody. Who am I taking in the playoffs this year? Well, I don't really give a shit. I'll tune in here and there. I'm not going to sit down and watch any games. If I was to choose one team, fuck the Phillies. Fuck the Phillies, by the way. Fuck the Yankees. Can't stand the Yankees. They could fucking go kick rocks. Overhyped, bunch of fucking overpaid corporate. Yankees are too corporate, bro. I can't get behind them. Mets are corporate, too. No wonder why people can't stand them. Dodgers, fuck the Dodgers. Fuck the Phillies. Fuck the Yankees. Fuck these teams. All the big market teams, man. Stick it where the sun don't shine. I am going with two teams. Two teams. One, the Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox. And the team I really want to win, I'm going for the Chicago Cubs, bro. I'm going for the Chicago Cubs. I like a good underdog, man. How long have they never won a World Series? What is it, like 170 years or something like that? How many years now is the Cubs World Series less? Yeah, I'm going with the Cubs. I think the Cubs are my sentimental favorite this year. Long shot, but we'll see what happens. Monday Night Raw. This wasn't the best show. I saw some division in the chat. I don't know where you guys, I don't know what you guys are arguing about or where you're coming from. I usually come on here and give my opinion about what I watched. If you don't like it, fuck off. Don't really give a shit if you're playing for the other team or if you're here and you're a WWE elitist. If I liked it, I'll tell you why I liked it. If I didn't like it, I'll tell you why I didn't like it. Same thing for the other fucking group of indie mud show gymnasts. I'll do the same thing over there. Better understand that. People don't understand that. I just expressed my opinion on pro wrestling. Monday Night Raw was okay. It was okay. I don't really like the 7 p.m. start time. It really kind of pushes up everything I need to do. I need to eat dinner earlier. I need to take my nap earlier. Very much looking forward to them going back to 8 p.m. next week, but Monday Night Raw, as far as stories, I like what they're doing. There's two things in particular that I like what they're doing. First of all, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. We got a very beautiful retrospective on the feud, the history of Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And I'm very much looking forward to that match at Crown Jewel. I didn't really expect a face-to-face tonight. I just expected a vignette and a brief history of what they've gone through together. They wrestled 3 times together. Seth was Cody's Shield at WrestleMania 40. I love the little nuances that the story is trying to convey to us. Rollins clearly wants to beat Cody Rhodes. He needs to do it. Cody got under his skin last week by saying, you know, the first 3 times that we wrestled, you did it all by yourself. And now I'm looking at you standing behind your goons, he said. Called Bron Breakker a goon. Called Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman goons. I know a thing or two about goons. I deal with them every day. But that, to me, got under Rollins' skin. He also looked at the Rolex that Cody Rhodes gifted Seth Rollins after helping him finish his story at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Rollins wanted to know what the symbolism of the watch was. Why did you gift me this watch? Are you trying to tell me that you're better than me? Rollins, for the last 2 weeks now, has been looking at this fucking watch. This Rolex. He doesn't know what to think about it. What Cody did subtly got underneath his skin. Then Paul Heyman and the Bronze show up on SmackDown. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Cody's got no backup. You would think he's got some friends over there. No backup. He did have Randy Orton. Randy Orton came out to aid him in the attack against the Vision. But after that attack, it took us into tonight. And Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes met face-to-face again. And Cody wanted to know why the Vision was on SmackDown. They're a Monday Night Raw group. You guys are employees of Raw. Cody insinuated that Paul Heyman is the one in charge here. Seth Rollins went out there to say, defiantly, everything goes through me. I am the man. Every decision goes through me. crowd chanted, no, you don't. Or no, it don't. No, it doesn't. After that promo segment, Seth Rollins was in the back before the main event. Again, he's looking at the fucking watch and he's looking down. He's looking all kind of in thought. And he tells Paul Heyman out of nowhere, as Heyman's getting the bronze ready for the main event against Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, I gotta beat him. Of course you're gonna beat him. You're Seth Rollins. No. I gotta do this, Paul. I gotta do it. I gotta beat him. Cody has now gotten into Seth Rollins' head so badly that it is now causing Rollins doubt if he could even beat Cody Rhodes. See, this is where it gets interesting. Paul Heyman's the Oracle. Paul Heyman sees all. He sees what this is doing to Seth Rollins. He sees how Rollins is acting. He sees what Cody now has done. Like a sniper. He got into Rollins' brain. Come Crown Jewel, we won't see Bron Breakker. Well, we may see Bron Breakker on the show, but I don't know if he's going to be in that match. I'll get to that in a bit. We're not going to see Bron Breakker help Seth Rollins. We're not going to see Bronson Reed help Seth Rollins. We're not going to see Becky Lynch help Seth Rollins. Paul Heyman is going to call in Brock Lesnar as the insurance policy, who has a history with Cody, to help Rollins beat Cody. Rollins will beat Cody. This will cast even more doubt on Seth Rollins. Can I beat Cody? Can I beat Cody one-on-one? Am I the right man for the job? Is this vision a real deal? Am I the real champion? Am I the greatest champion in the company? Am I the guy that's supposed to lead this era of pro wrestling? Am I the future of pro wrestling? How can Rollins say all these things, feeling the way that he does, when your Oracle doesn't even believe in you, to a point where he's got to get his insurance policy to make sure that the mission statement of the group is intact? He'll have the Crown Jewel title. He'll have the Crown Jewel ring. He'll have his World's Heavyweight Championship. He'll be on top of the world. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. I genuinely think that this is what they're planting for Crown Jewel. I enjoyed that aspect of the show. We'll get into actually what they said verbally face-to-face a little bit later in the show. Roman Reigns is back. This is the other story that WWE is planting long-term. And we've started to see what Jey Uso is turning into. Jey Uso's been undergoing an attitude change. He's been going under this tougher exterior. He's got a little bit of an edge to him now. It's all because of LA Knight. He's obviously feeling this way for a very specific reason. LA Knight's not making him feel this way. Jimmy Uso's not making him feel this way. The Vision ain't making him feel this way. Sure, all those things don't help. But the one thing that is absolutely taking Jey Uso by the hand and bringing him to how he feels right now is Roman Reigns. Jey Uso was on the phone last week. Jimmy Uso walked up to Jey Uso wanting to know who he's on the phone with. Don't worry about it, Us. We got business to take care of. He was on the phone with Roman Reigns. Who else would he be on the phone with? Jimmy Uso's made offhanded comments Yo, Us, what's wrong with you? There was a situation where LA Knight wanted Jimmy Uso to be his tag team partner against the Vision because what Jey did to LA Knight, he didn't appreciate it. And he felt like he wanted to trust the Usos, but he doesn't trust Jey Uso. He does trust Jimmy. Jimmy told him, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to betray my brother who has a problem with you right now. I'm going to stick with my brother. Jimmy went to go tell Jey exactly what he was going to tell him in regards to teaming with LA Knight. Jey didn't give him an opportunity to do so. Started ordering his brother around. Meanwhile, Jey just told LA Knight, I'm not going to team with him. He went to go tell Jey. Jey's like, you got to tell LA Knight, no, you can't team with LA Knight. Well, if you let me fucking speak, I was going to tell you that I'm not teaming with LA Knight and I'm on your side because you're my Us. Because Jey wanted to order his brother around, Jimmy went to go team with LA Knight. But in the same breath, he says, what's wrong with you? You're not the same guy. Something's gotten into you. You're not the tribal chief. I don't see an ulafala around your neck. He doesn't even look at his brother as the same guy anymore. That old poison, that old Roman Reigns is slipping back into Jey Uso. How far it goes, I don't know. Does it extend to eradicating the Vision? And then that's it. Is it only temporary to get the job done right now? Because Monday Night Raw isn't really a safe place with Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and now Brock Lesnar looming around somewhere. And this loose relationship now he has with Paul Heyman again. If you watch at the end of the show, Roman Reigns came back again, made his return again. It doesn't even pop me anymore. But it's always great to see Roman Reigns back. He helped the Usos beat the Brons in a Texas Tornado match. This was a rematch from WrestlePalooza. Roman Reigns, almost like a cheerleader, coaching Jey Uso, hyping him up, putting his hands on his shoulders, telling him you gotta smash him. You gotta smash him. He's the one giving Jey this edge, this new attitude, this tribal chief-like attitude. Meanwhile, in the background, all you saw was Jimmy Uso dejected and disappointed that his brother now is back taking a sip from the tribal chief Kool-Aid when they should all be, in 2025, better people than they were only 2 years ago. And he feels like his brother now is dipping back into what made them all terrible. And that's the way Monday Night Raw run off the air. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I enjoy some long-term, slow burn storytelling. Now, we've been seeing these things over the last few weeks now. The Rollins and Cody stuff has basically been put on the burner and turned up to high because they have a match in 2 weeks and they need to get all that stuff out and they need to build that match properly. But this Uso stuff with the Vision has been going on for fucking months now. Now Roman Reigns is getting involved. It's all eventually leading to War Games. I'm assuming the Usos and Roman Reigns will be on the War Games side. I'm assuming we'll see CM Punk. I'm assuming we'll see John Cena. Those are your 5 baby faces. Or maybe Jimmy does not make it into War Games. Maybe he does not want to support his brother and his new behavior and his current attitude. Maybe Jimmy doesn't make it there. Maybe he backs out. Maybe they replace Jimmy with Jacob Fatu. But it looks like this is all leading to some major storytelling inside War Games. Monday Night Raw's got that slow burn as far as these 2 separate stories. I genuinely feel like we need to continue what we're doing, continue to build momentum. Don't completely slow burn it every week. I'd like to see these things fleshed out. I'd like to see these stories take shape, especially the Bloodline one or the Roman, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso one. I'd like to see that fleshed out a little bit more. Dive into that one a little bit more deeply. But you see all the things that are happening week by week by week by week as far as Jey Uso's decline. He's still yeet, but he's not like he was going into WrestleMania. It's almost like he knows who he needs to be now. Whether or not that works and takes him back to the promised land, probably not. I don't think that's going to be. But maybe it's just Roman using him. And Roman is going to be the one to reap the benefits so that he may get back to the top of the mountain once again. Because I do not think that we're done with Roman and Cody. I do think that there is a match 3 somewhere. When or where, I have no clue. But I do think that WWE would be foolish to not at least give us a third match in that trilogy. Again, we don't know. We can only speculate and theorize where all this story is going. But as far as Monday Night Raw is concerned with these two different aspects, Cody, Seth, Crown Jewel, Roman, Jey, Jimmy, I like what's going on. And the kicker in the main event, Roman Reigns helped the Usos beat the Brons. Roman Reigns really put the fucking beat down on Bron Breakker. We may actually be heading towards Roman Reigns and Bron Breakker in Perth at Crown Jewel. We may be getting this one-on-one match that people have been asking for, finally, for the first time in Perth, Australia, at Crown Jewel. And if that's the case, this Crown Jewel card is shaping up to be probably one of the best WWE PLE cards from top to bottom all year. Match-wise quality. Elsewhere on Raw, we got more Judgment Day and more Bayley and Lyra hijinks. We got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky finally on the same page after Asuka misted Io. And that's all it took to really get that over the threshold. And the Kabuki Warriors will now do battle with Rhea and Io. Or Rio. Whatever that tag team combination is going to be. No, not Riho. We don't speak of Riho over here. Nobody wants to see Riho over here. Rio. Perth. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Tag team match. Again, Crown Jewel shaping up to be a banger card, at least on paper. So we'll go over that. No CM Punk again for a second straight week. And we got LA Knight in a thrown together match against Kofi Kingston. And Rusev went after the IC title. Looks like we are not done with that yet, as Dominic, clearly a babyface tonight, cheated to win, retain the title. We will definitely go over that here on this Monday Night's Raw. It is your Raw post show for September 29th, 2025. Thank you guys for a great September. I got a little stumped today. Normally on Monday, I start to kind of piece together what my week is looking like. Tuesday Night Titans went live on Thursday last week. We were live on Thursday, not Tuesday last week. If you guys missed it, go check it out. Some really great discussion as far as WrestlePalooza and All Out. We did not want to disappoint the fans, and I felt like, and Jason felt like, it was a needed episode because there was just so much going on. A lot of wrestling the past weekend, and we did not want to not be here for it. But now that we did Tuesday Night Titans on Thursday, we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, nothing happened. Legitimately nothing. Nothing all day today. There's no news. There's nothing exciting to talk about. We had SmackDown. We had Raw tonight. We had Dynamite, which we basically discussed on Thursday because we happened to just follow Dynamite last week. So we don't even have a lot of AEW to talk about. There's really not a lot, is what I'm saying. So I'm a little stumped on what we're going to do for Tuesday Night Titans tomorrow. Now, there is some news, but it's not substantial enough to do a regular Tuesday night show. So what I'm thinking is maybe we poll the fans on Twitter and we do a large portion of the show highlighted by Ask JD and Solo. I'll come up with some stupid hashtag and you guys can ask us questions. And I want it to be pertained and contained to what is going on today. No old school questions. We don't want anything from 1997. Like, keep it to the current news feed, the news cycle. So we'll see what we can do, man. But it's looking like a pretty bare bones show tomorrow for Tuesday Night Titans. So kind of like a call-in show, but without the phone calls. But we'll be, this is my idea. I've not talked about this with Jason yet. Like a Q&A, a fan question show. So I don't know. I'll figure something out between now and tomorrow afternoon. And I'll see what Jason wants to do, but not much going on, man. The news cycle is very, very slow. Very slow. Everything is dead. WWE is cold creatively. AEW is fucking Titanic iceberg cold creatively. Not a lot going on. So we'll figure it out, man. But we will be live tomorrow for Tuesday Night Titans, episode 114, right here, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We got No Mercy to go over. I did watch half of No Mercy. We could talk about that. Obafemi lost the NXT Championship to one Ricky Saints. And I did catch the end of that Ethan Page North American Championship match. We could definitely talk about that as well. There is some stuff, but not enough for a full-fledged TNT tomorrow, so we'll figure it out. Tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. Rounding the month up with Blue Chew, man. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. You guys know the deal. Sign up. Free sample, courtesy of the podcast. All you got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. If you guys want to bring that Roman Reigns tribal chief energy to the bedroom, BlueChew.com/ BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you guys got to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. So that's what you got to do there. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. Hit that thumbs up. 750 likes is the goal. Leave a comment down below. Helps us out in the algorithm as well. And hit that subscribe button down below. And please turn on the bell for all those notifications. Start off this Monday Night Raw post show with Rhea Ripley. A pissed off Rhea Ripley enters the ring. Big reaction. She said Asuka and Kairi Sane crossed the line with what they did to Io, who they claim was family. Rhea Ripley wanted to settle things in the ring and call them out, but Io entered instead. And Io comes on out, also gets a very good reaction. Io admitted Rhea Ripley was right about Asuka and Kairi Sane, and it broke her heart to say that. But they were her family, she said. They were her family, and she still loved them. Now, I know everybody loves Io. But I need to say, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way, Io will not be winning any Academy Awards or Oscars for this performance tonight. I still love them. I don't know if I could reenact, but they are my family. I still love them. She began to fake cry here. Asuka and Kairi Sane then show up on the big screen. Asuka says she taught her everything she knows, and it's up to her what happens next. We got some subtitles. Asuka speaking in Japanese, which is obviously more menacing. So I'm glad that WWE is going that route with Asuka. If Asuka's going to cut a promo and she's not live in the ring, then subtitles are absolutely a necessity. She taught her everything she knows, and now it's up to her what happens next. She said she mentored her and paved the way for her, and now you act like none of that matters. She said Rhea is not her family. She said because she loves her, she'll forgive her for becoming champion and trying to forget about her as long as she apologizes to her. She said she and Kairi can go back to being her students. So Kairi then starts crying, and she says, Io, we can be a family again. Asuka said that for Rhea, it's far too late, and none of what she says or does even matters. Rhea Ripley replied, Asuka, you can go to hell. Rhea turned to Io and said there is no way she can go back to them after what they've done to her. Fans are chanting, Io, 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 Io. Io is still crying and sobbing. And then she's like, Rhea, I apologize. I'm gonna need some more time. You know, if there was a PWI top 500 for acting, Io wouldn't be on the list. I'm just saying. You know, if there was an acting list, if there was a PWI top 500 acting list, that's the only list Mercedes is actually going to be ahead of Io. I want to see how many of the Monet crew is listening to me tonight. Yes, I do believe Io is the best women's wrestler in the world, and she will be number one on the list. I don't give a fuck if she's not. That's just my opinion. She had better matches this year, and I do think that Io is the number one pro wrestler in the world. As far as the ladies are concerned. If you got a problem with that, take it up with Bite Me. So she continues to cry. She left the ring. Asuka and Kairi Sane then jumped Rhea from behind, forcing Io to make a decision. So after a few seconds of crying, she charged into the ring and pulled Asuka away from Rhea. Kairi then pleaded with Io to choose them. Io cried more. Asuka then blew mist in Io's eyes. Rhea charged out and tackled Asuka. Asuka and Kairi took over against Rhea. There was this awful kick that Asuka threw at Rhea Ripley that absolutely waffled and missed. Completely missed. Didn't even touch her, man. But at least we didn't have Tony Schiavone on commentary saying, oh, she missed her. She should have absolutely did the spot over again. None of the commentary team also added, oh, but it glazed her. Or grazed her. She got a little bit of it. She didn't get all of it. Asuka then threw Rhea into the steel post, not once, but twice. Insane elbow to Rhea Ripley by Kairi. Io was blinded with the green mist. This green mist attack. running wild on Monday Night Raw the last 2 weeks. This was a fine opening segment that paved the way to getting us to Crown Jewel and the tag team match between Rhea and Io versus the Kabuki Warriors. So, all in all, it was effective enough. The acting was terrible. Just from Kyrie and Io. Io is great. We love Io. It's just the acting is a little comical for my liking. It's not realistic. It's not. It doesn't resonate with me as genuine. Definitely feels forced. But Rhea's fine. Asuka is menacing and very, very angry. More angry when she's actually allowed to speak her native tongue. So I did like that part. And I'm excited for the match. I think that match in Perth in Australia with both of them, Rhea being the hometown woman in this case, it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match. So all in all, I think this accomplished what it needed to do. Outside of the piss-poor acting job by Kyrie and Io, I thought we started the show off okay. At least we didn't get Division opening the show with a 25-minute promo, and the bell rings at 8:35 or 7:35 in this case tonight because they started an hour earlier. And the bell rings for the first in-ring action at 7:40. Very much appreciate the fact that Rhea and Asuka closed last week's show, and then this week they opened the show. So, I like different. Anything to break up the formulaic, monotonous feeling that is Monday Night Raw. Dominik Mysterio. He went one-on-one with Rusev. Will it be Rusev Day once again? I was hoping for a new champion. I didn't think we'd get a new champion, but I was hoping for a new champion. Dominic came out with JD McDonough and Finn Balor. This was good. I enjoyed this. Man, oh man, is Dominik Mysterio over. Holy shit. Holy shit. Dominik Mysterio is basically working in a heel faction, disguising himself as a babyface. It's crazy. So, both guys get introductions. Dominic is super over in North Carolina. Rusev was all over Dominic early, sending him over the announce table with a fallaway slam, which sent us into the commercial break 90 seconds after the bell rung. So, WWE, some things will never change, bro. So, we come back from the break. Dominic is making his comeback as Rusev was still in control, leading to a springboard senton. He goes for a cover and he gets a 1 count on the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. Dominic went for 619. Rusev clotheslined him. Rusev set up for the Machka kick. Dominic spilled out of the ring. He then shoved Rusev into the steel steps. Hits a 619 to the midsection back in the ring. Dominic hit a normal 619. Went for a frog splash. Rusev moved and hits the Machka kick. Nailed it. Goes for a cover, gets a near fall. Rusev then applied the accolade. Dominic quickly wiggled out of it and escaped the ring. So he's free for now. So after feeling and tasting a little bit of the accolade, Dominic went over to the timekeeper's area, went to go grab his IC title and his AAA Mega title, and he was about to leave. Rusev pulled him back into the ring. Dominic tried to pull an Eddie Guerrero trick by faking that Rusev hit him with the championship. But Eddie Arango, the referee, he saw all this happen, and he saw Dominic basically not hit Rusev, pretend that Rusev hit him, and saw him basically lay flat and take a flat back bump, pretending that Rusev hit him with the championship. So, referee caught him. Referee takes the belts, puts them to the outside. So, at this point, Dominic is now crowding the referee, Eddie Arango. He's in the corner. This was all done by design because the referee couldn't see what was about to happen next. Dominic, from behind, low-blowed Rusev, and he got the advantage on Rusev, rolled him up for a schoolboy. Referee didn't see the low blow, otherwise it would have been a DQ. 1, 2, 3. And Dominik Mysterio defeats Rusev in 9 minutes to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I thought this was fun. For what it was, the 9 minutes that we got, I thought this was fun. Clearly, Dominic needed to cheat to win. Rusev is going to lobby for a rematch. When or where that happens, I don't know. We could get it next week. We could get it on Monday in Perth when WWE goes to Raw the following week after Crown Jewel weekend. I don't know. But clearly it's not over. Because I know if I'm Rusev and I lost the way that I did tonight and the referee seen it, but the referee didn't see the low blow and the referee knew Dominic was trying to cheat to win, I would be in Adam Pearce's office basically as soon as the match was over. So Rusev more than likely is going to get another shot at the Intercontinental Championship. When or where that happens, I don't know. But I thought this was fun for what it was. And like I said, Dominic, as over as he is as a babyface, I like that dynamic. I like that Dominic is over as a babyface, even though he's working in a heel faction as the Judgment Day. I like that Rusev is able to feed off that. Because I was worried that it wasn't going to be as hot as it was. And it's exactly what Rusev needed. So more of that. Dominic wins, cheats to win, retains the IC title in 9 minutes. Bayley. She crossed paths with Lyra, Valkyria, backstage. Bird Lady. I don't even think we can call her Bird Lady anymore. She doesn't really do anything to warrant the Bird Lady status anymore. Bird Lady. I think she's kind of proven herself. No more Bird Lady for Lyra. No more Bird. We actually like Lyra. She shut off that she was wearing a Lyra t-shirt, was Bayley. Lyra wasn't buying it. Bayley said she's been going through a lot lately. She said she understands Lyra wanting to keep her distance from her, but she can't move forward without her. Does that mean she cares? Lyra said she doesn't know if Bayley's being sincere, but she's done giving her chances. She walked away and Bayley looked disappointed. Bayley wanted Lyra to be out there as she battled Raquel Rodrigiuez of the Judgment Day. Lyra clearly doesn't know what Bayley's going to show up and feels like she doesn't want to go through another Monday being called a stupid idiot. So we get Raquel Rodrigiuez with Roxanne Perez versus Bayley. Do-do-do. 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 Role model. Def Rebel is fucking horrendous. Bayley's got one of the worst themes in all of pro wrestling. This wasn't a bad match. Picked up towards the end here. Bayley went for a Hurricanrana off the apron. Rodriguez successfully caught her and drove her into the barricade. Bayley fought back after we got back from a commercial break. Before the break, by the way, I got to say this, because we're in North Carolina, Bayley hit a twist of fate, and she did the Jeff Hardy pose. And then she goes off the top rope here and does a senton. And then Wade Barrett on commentary calls out Jeff Hardy. Taking inspiration from Jeff Hardy, I guess, is Bayley. I don't know. Of course, they're in North Carolina. They were in North Carolina, so Bayley did the Hardy pose. You know who else lives in North Carolina? FTR. Dax. Nobody's imitating FTR. Just saying. So Bayley did the Hardy pose. Rodriguez and Bayley, they're in the ring now. Clothesline by Rodriguez. Bayley responded with a figure four. Another paying tribute to another wrestler who is very synonymous with this area, Ric Flair. Figure 4 paying tribute to Ric Flair. Rodriguez called the referee to help with the distraction. This allowed Roxanne Perez to rake Bayley's eyes, break the hold. The referee didn't see it because I guess the surrounding vision of the referees in WWE, they're piss poor. I think WWE needs to send their referees for eye exams. I think AEW needs to send their referees for retard exams. Dumbest referees in the business are AEW referees. Rodriguez followed with a big boot and a Tejana bomb for the 1, 2, 3, and she pins Bayley. Right outcome. This is the right outcome. Bayley caused all this by herself. She has nobody to blame but herself. Bayley's split personality is driving Lyra further and further away from wanting to rekindle their friendship. Why did Bayley lose? Because she drove Lyra away. So the only real outcome, the only right outcome here was Rodriguez beating Bayley. And shout out to Raquel Rodrigiuez. She's doing some very good work. Judgment Day attacked Bayley after the match, meaning Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Valkyria finally ran out to make the save, and she kind of waffled the decision a little bit. She came out, and then she second-guessed herself and said, should I really be out here? And she ended up running to the ring regardless to help Bayley. So the heels got the better of her, so Bayley suddenly, all of a sudden, snapped. She, went Lou Ferrigno. She snapped into this fucking other dimension. She went fucking crazy. She popped out of the corner. She hulked up. She cleared the ring all by herself of Roxanne and Rodriguez. And then she starts laughing. She's laughing like a heel. Helped Lyra up to her feet. And then she starts yelling at Lyra, "We did it! We did it, you stupid idiot!" So she started the match off as a babyface, loses the match as a babyface, completely goes psychotic after the match, and is still a babyface because she took out the heels. But then she wants to thank Lyra for being out there, not knowing what she said to her previously, and snap into psychotic Bayley and calling her a stupid idiot, while also asking the fans to cheer. This is all over the place. It's all over the place. She wasn't really full-fledged babyface here. She wasn't full-fledged evil and heel. She was cheering on Lyra, but also at the same time calling her a stupid idiot. While she ran out there second-guessing herself to begin with. Should I even be out here? Helped her anyway, and still gets called a stupid idiot. Lyra cannot win. Lyra cannot win. I thought this was fun. I'm enjoying Bayley's shtick. I am. I think Bayley's doing great work here. She has Damian Priest's old gimmick. No. Now, when the bell rang, Damian Priest had Festus' old gimmick. Festus would come out. My name is Festus. And then the bell rings, ding, 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 and he just becomes psychotic. That was Damian Priest. Vince McMahon basically turned Damian Priest into Festus. Usos were backstage. Jimmy wanted to know why Jey walked away from him and LA Knight last week. Uh-oh. Jay's got to answer the hard questions here, bro. So, Jey said helping LA Knight won't get them anywhere. Jey asked Jimmy why he was helping. Jimmy says he helps Knight and him. Jey says he doesn't want help. He said maybe if he focused on himself more, he'd be world champion again. He told Jimmy that's something he doesn't get. Now, I don't know what exactly he meant by that. It did not come off in a very brotherly way. What I heard is, well, maybe if I focus on myself, I'd be a world champion. You don't know anything about being a world champion. It's probably what he meant. Probably low-key buried his brother there. Jey then calmed down a little bit, called him a Zeus, says they're going to go out there and handle their business against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, and he told Jimmy he loves him. Speaking of split personalities here, bro. You got Bayley, split personality. You got Jey Uso, basically low-key burying his brother, telling me he doesn't know anything about being a world champion, and then in the same breath he says, I love you, Us. You sure about that? LA Knight, yeah, against Kofi Kingston. JD, why is this match taking place on Monday Night Raw? And what does LA Knight have to do with Kofi Kingston? Nothing. Nothing, viewer. No reason why this match happened. There was a backstage incident between LA Knight and the New Day, and they thought that the millions of people that watch this show tonight are interested in an LA Knight Kofi Kingston match. Why? Beats the fuck out of me. Earlier in the show, Adam Pearce told LA Knight that making him referee last week was a mistake at WrestlePalooza. He said he made a bad situation worse. Knight said some people said he was the best referee ever. Now, I don't know who said that. Probably the LA Knight fucking burner accounts out there are the ones saying it. These fan-dedicated pages were the ones saying it. He says he wants a world title match against Seth Rollins. The New Day walked in, and they walked in demanding a tag team title match. I'd love to know what tag team division you're demanding a tag team title match in. There is no division. Knight and the New Day bickered back and forth. Kingston said he once held the world championship once, so Adam Pearce should defer to their priorities first. Knight told Pearce, put him in the ring with Kingston later. Yeah. Kofi Kingston versus LA Knight. Match went 10 minutes. Did anybody fucking care why this match took place? Did you care about watching this? Did you care who won? No, no, and no. No. Hey, but at least LA Knight got a win, which is what I'm assuming they booked this match for. For LA Knight to finally get a fucking win. He's got more losses than wins, LA Knight. Yeah. Is LA Knight a loser? Yeah. Does LA Knight need to beat jobbers to finally feel important on this show? Yeah. Pick it up after the commercial break. Woods takes a cheap shot, gains advantage. Knight makes a comeback, hits a slingshot shoulder tackle, and the neck breaker on Kofi Kingston. Woods distracted Knight, this time jumping on the apron in front of the referee. LA Knight knocked him off. Kingston applied a roll-up with his feet on the ropes for a 2. Knight ducked a Trouble in Paradise, hits the BLT for the 1, 2, 3. Yes, LA Knight served him a bacon, lettuce, and tomato for the 1, 2, 3. The BLT, because that's what we're calling it now, right? That's what we call it, right? We sell BLTs in the venue. The kitchen here at the beer garden makes a mean BLT, bro. Bacon cooked to perfection, crisp. The BLT, 1, 2, 3. It's the BFT, JD. BFT. No, it's the BLT. I renamed it. The BLT. Shot, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you care about this match? And if the answer is 0, I commend you. That is the only answer. Becky Lynch, walking backstage, approached Maxine Dupree and Akira Tozawa. She mocked Maxine for being a loser. Lynch called herself the greatest of all time and reminded us that everyone was saying it. Sports Illustrated saying it. Bleacher Report is saying it. ESPN is saying it. Dupree said, not everyone's saying it. Certainly not AJ Lee. Ooh, Maxine with the burns. Maxine with the burns, bro. Tozawa, complete geek here, giggled when Maxine mentioned AJ Lee. Lynch punched him in the throat. Guy drops like a fucking sack of potatoes. Dupree stood up, starts yelling at Becky Lynch. So Lynch backed off. Maxine went to go check on Akira, but Becky Lynch attacked her from behind, threw her into some production crates, and punched away at her as she laid Maxine out on a merchandise table in the backstage area. So she fixes herself. She found Rollins standing nearby. Rollins left to the ring. He did ask her, you all right? You got it out of your system? Yep. You doing all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. You need me out there? No, I got it. I got to do this on my own. So Rollins leaves and he goes out to the ring. Byron Saxton interviewed Dominik Mysterio during the break. Dominic bragged about his win being confronted by Penta. Byron asked Dom for comment, but Dominic dismissed Penta as a challenger because he's already beaten him so many times before. Are we moving on from Rusev and going to Penta? Why can't we go Rusev then to Penta? Meaning Rusev is champion and then Rusev defending against Penta. Dominic doesn't need that championship any longer. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. This was the best thing on the entire show. I'm actually enjoying the way WWE is building this up. Now, I know normally, and I hate it, so for any of the fucking geeks online that want to clip it, oh, but AEW gives championship matches away, JD. You shit all over it. Where's the story here, JD from NY026? They got 3 years of history, you fucking idiot. Do I enjoy champion versus champion matches? No, I think they're lazy. Vince used to do them to escape being creative. But at least in this, with Cody and Seth, there is substantial story there. At least we got one of the two champion versus champion matches with some story. This was the best thing on the show. So Seth is in the ring. Crowd is chanting for CM Punk. Fans are chanting for OTC. Fans are chanting for Cody Rhodes. He finally speaks after he let the fans chant all these babyfaces' names. Seth said Cody has 3 wins against him, and he has 3 losses against Cody. He says it doesn't bother him. It doesn't. He says those matches were in the past. Those versions of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are in the past. He said those were versions of them trying to reach the top. He said at Crown Jewel, it'll be 2 men already at the top of their game. He said the winner of the match doesn't just win the Crown Jewel Championship, but he might determine the next 10 to 20 years of the future of this industry. So the winner of this match is going to determine who the future of the industry is. That's according to Seth. Now, I don't think Cody believes that's the case because he came out and really kind of dumbed down that comment. He says what he doesn't understand is that there are some people out there who want Cody to win. I don't want Cody to win. You can log me in the Rollins fact checker. I want Seth Rollins to win this match on October 10th or 11th, whenever this show's taking place. He says if they think Cody's the actual quarterback of the WWE, they have lost their minds. I am the one to lead this industry into the future. He says he did everything right, including staying there when things got tough. Those Vince McMahon days, man, they were fucking tough. Let's be real. He said he led WWE into its golden age. He says he hasn't taken Breakker and Reed under his wing to just sit by and fail. He wants to help them secure their place at the top of WWE. He says he's tried to rid the WWE of cancers like Roman Reigns and CM Punk, yet you all still chant for Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and you still chant for Cody. So the fans obviously then start singing, Cody, Cody Rhodes. Cody's theme music plays. Cody walks out to the stage looking like he's running for fucking president. He does his thing. He does his presentation in the aisleway. And right before he does that little punch, and then the pyro goes off, he does the punch, and Cody gets no pyro. Cody gets no pyro on this evening. He laughs it off. He goes to the side of the stage. He salutes the fans over there. Nobody heard a single firework go off. Now, maybe the fireworks guy fell asleep. Maybe WWE didn't pay the fireworks company and they stiffed them on the fireworks. Maybe the button broke. I don't know. Something clearly happened and Cody got no fireworks. So Cody's out there. Cody asked what Seth was talking about. What are you exactly talking about here? He said Seth doesn't have control over the future of the industry. They do. And he points to the fans in North Carolina. Cody asked if he knows who actually has the control, pointed at the fans. Cody says he can teach, but not control Breakker and Reed. He says he thinks Paul Heyman sent them to the ring on Friday while he visited SmackDown. Now, SmackDown is his home. They showed up on his doorstep. He asked who was in control of his own group, because it certainly ain't you. Did you authorize that call? Seth said, let me say this plainly. For every decision, it goes through me. He said he sent them to SmackDown last Friday. Cody asked, does everything run through you? Then please tell me what it means with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman once again aligned together. Who's the one that allowed Heyman to announce Brock Lesnar to the ring at WrestlePalooza against John Cena? It's a very good question. It's a very good question, Mr. Cody Rhodes. A question that doesn't really have an answer, and a question that really exposed Seth Rollins. He is not in control. Seth looks at Cody, takes a deep breath. Every decision runs through me. Fans then chant, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Seth lost his composure. He says he's the reason that they are all here. The fans. To see him. Cody says they're all there to have fun. He says they should strip it down to what it's supposed to be about. At Crown Jewel, it's world champion versus world champion. Or world champion versus WWE champion. He says it could be that simple. He asks where they will be each 20 years from now. He said maybe they'll be backstage mentoring the next generation and reminiscing on this moment, on their matches. He said it felt like at WrestleMania 40 that Seth was his friend. Seth at this point told Cody, shut up! Shut your mouth! Shut up! This obviously upset him. I was never your friend. We were never friends. That was a means to an end. I helped you, he basically told him, to eradicate Roman Reigns and save the company. That's basically what he told Cody Rhodes. You were just the lesser of two evils. So he still had a problem with Cody because he believed he should be in that spot. But he knew he wasn't. And he knew Roman needed to be stopped. So he chose the lesser of two evils. He chose Cody Rhodes. And he chose Cody to be Cody's shield. Which was great. He said he'll never shake his hand. He says he'll never call him his equal. He said he'll cleanse their timeline because everything that's happened between them is dead. So he wants to erase. He wants to forget WrestleMania 40. He says he will write the vision of the future. And that's him, not Cody. That was it. This was a great segment. This was a great segment. Everything that they're doing right now between Cody and Seth Rollins, storyline-wise, building this match, this may be the best built match that Cody Rhodes wrestles all year. It may be the best built match that Seth Rollins wrestles all year. And I'm including the build for the triple threat match between Roman and CM Punk. I am more invested in... This is actually also a very good detour away from CM Punk. Very good detour. I could not take more Seth Rollins and CM Punk week to week to week on television. This is an excellent detour away from that. I think we needed it. We needed a big break from Rollins and Punk. And this one has, A, to me, a better story. B, I'm much more invested in what's happening here. Not to say that I'm not invested in Rollins and Punk. I do want to see a conclusion to that. But just knowing that Rollins has this just horrible feeling towards Cody. What he stands for, what he did at WrestleMania, the fact that he didn't want to help him. Well, we're never going to be friends. He hates Roman. He hates Roman. We all know he hates Roman. And the only reason why he helped Cody is because Cody's the lesser of two evils, but Rollins didn't want either one of them to be the world champion. Which then ties into why he did what he did the following year. He took it all away. He took it all away. He took it away from Roman. He felt like using Paul Heyman was going to bring him to the position that he felt like he should have been in when Cody wrestled Roman. He's now got his oracle, his wise man, his advocate. And he's looking at the guy who he hasn't beat. He's looking at the guy who continues to get under his fucking skin and, like a parasite, invade his mental capacity, invade his fucking thought process. Cody says the right things at the right time. Last week it was, are you going to show up like you did the first 3 times all by yourself, or are you going to stand behind your goons when we wrestle a crown jewel? He called everybody goons. He basically called Rollins a fraud because he uses his goons to help him win. Then Cody said, Seth, how many of those matches have you actually won? All while looking at the Rolex that Cody gave him at WrestleMania 40 for helping him finish the story. To then this week, Cody wants to know what he's talking about. Again, Cody is like a fucking sniper in the night with these comments. Rollins at this point says, no, I'm not your friend. No, I helped you win because you're a scumbag too, and you're the lesser of the two scumbags. You're the lesser of the two evils. I'm the guy. I'm the quarterback. I'm the ace. Not you. Not you. Meanwhile, Rollins knows he hasn't beaten Cody. Cody's letting him know that. Cody's bringing up all these different things that Rollins did before this match at Crown Jewel. And Rollins is now looking at this fucking watch. What the symbolism of the gift means. He's looking at it. He accepted it. I'm not your friend, but I accept this $20,000 fucking watch. Well, he's wearing it the last 2 weeks. Who made the call to send the Vision over to SmackDown? Paul Heyman did. Seth Rollins didn't make that call. That's why the line tonight with Cody calling it out. Well, why don't you answer me this question? Were you the one that made the decision to have Paul Heyman announce Brock Lesnar to the ring on WrestlePalooza? Paul Heyman's making the call. What you're seeing is a deterioration mentally of Seth Rollins. He's not going to be able to get this done by himself. He's going to expose himself as weak-minded. Paul Heyman's going to step in as the Oracle, fix it, because he sees it. That's what happens. The Oracle sees before it happens. He's going to see it before it happens. He's going to make the call. Lesnar's going to show up at Crown Jewel. Lesnar's going to help him win. Lesnar's going to be the one in charge, or Heyman, rather. He's going to be the one in charge. Lesnar's going to help Rollins beat Cody. War Games. Rollins is going to have to go into War Games facing every single fear he has. Cena, Cody, Punk, Roman. Cody might not be in War Games, but I'm adding Cody in there because Cody's wrestling Seth at Crown Jewel. Cena, Punk, Roman. Then maybe we get the Usos against Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, and Seth Rollins. That's your War Games match. That's your War Games match. And I'm here for it because the level of story that is going to be abundant in that match is fucking crazy. It's going to be very, very plentiful. Like a Thanksgiving harvest. It's going to be great. I thought this was a great segment. This is 2 weeks in a row now where Cody and Seth absolutely fucking own the moment. This match is going to... I'm more excited about this match in the last 2 weeks than I've been for any match Seth or Cody have had all year. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. I guess you can call them AJ Lee. They wrestled Los Americanos. Now, I don't know their identities, but I can tell one. I can tell one. One was definitely Tyler Bate. One was definitely Tyler Bate. The other guy, I don't know. The one in red, I don't know who it was. The guy that was in blue was Tyler Bate. The guy in blue, they named him Bravo. That's his name. Bravo. The other guy, they named Rio. Rio. Like the Rio Grande. And Bravo, like Johnny Bravo. Bravo and Rio. Pete Dunne. That was Pete Dunne? That didn't look like Pete Dunne to me, bro. That was Pete Dunne? That was not Pete Dunne, bro. There's no fucking way. Could need somebody to research that, man. That guy body type was not... That guy had some heft to him. That wasn't Pete Dunne. That didn't look like Pete Dunne to me, bro. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee cut a promo pre-match. Crowd couldn't be bothered to care about Dragon Lee. He said he was honored to team with AJ and said he was coming for Dom's mega championship. Fantastic. He'll be over in Mexico when that match does happen. Might have been Pete Gas, yes. Might have been Pete Gas, but it wasn't Pete Dunne. AJ Styles spoke about his upcoming match with John Cena. Styles says it was thanks to the fans that this match was happening, and he gets to do something that he once loved all over again. I get to beat up John Cena. Now, I'd love a fucking promo or video package of sorts getting us ready for the match. I guess it doesn't really require one because Cena's not on television, but... No, that was not Dragunov. This match went 7 minutes. We go into a commercial break about 60 seconds into the match. Americanos had heat on Dragon Lee. Crowd woke up when AJ Styles got the hot tag. He ran wild and wiped Kaiser out with a springboard forearm to the outside. Lee hoisted Americano in the air and into the arms of Styles. Lee wiped out the other Americanos with a dive. AJ hit a Styles clash for the 1, 2, 3. Who he pinned, I don't know. Nor does it matter. Bravo and Riho were the Americanos. Monday Night Raw is in Dallas next week. 8 p.m. start time, back to normal time for at least next week. CM Punk is going to be on the show, so I'm assuming AJ Lee will be on the show. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. I know which match I'm getting up to make my latte for. I'll tell you that right now. And Lyra once again goes one-on-one with Roxanne Perez. Looks like Monday Night Raw next week is going to be more rinse and repeat, bro. Rinse and repeat. Jackie Redmond interviewed Stephanie Vaquer about her upcoming match against Tiffany Stratton at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Ladies Championship. She asked Stephanie where her confidence level was, given now that she's officially scheduled to face Tiffany. She said Tiffany will learn that no one can stop her. All of a sudden, Tiffany shows up. She shows up like it's Friday on Monday. She said she's been proving herself over the last year and has remained champion for 268 days. She said she won't let someone who has been champion for 2 weeks change her story. Stephanie said her time is coming to an end. Tiffany told her to get used to coming in second place. WWE is really highlighting, for this match anyway, that Tiffany's been undefeated. Tiffany's been undefeated in the last 268 days. Come Crown Jewel, she will not be undefeated any longer. She will lose to Stephanie Vaquer. Heyman was standing in Gorilla with Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Seth was there. He was standing next to his guys. He's looking very stoically. He's looking very downtrodden, very saddened. Is Seth Rollins. Heyman asked if he's okay. And Seth says, I have to beat him. I have to beat him. And then Paul Heyman says, you're going to beat him. You're going to beat him. And then Rollins tells Paul Heyman, no, Paul, I have to beat him. I have to. Heyman looked at Seth with some concern. The Oracle sees all. That's my prediction, folks. I think the Oracle makes a phone call. And the Oracle helps the vision stay true. Main event, Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. Jimmy and Jey Uso. This was a rematch from WrestlePalooza, which was basically, I don't know if that, well, I guess that was a no DQ match. I'm sure there were tags in that match. This match had no tags. Same rules, but that match had tags. This one did not. This was a Texas Tornado match. Fun match. Nothing really spectacular that you're going to go out of your way to go watch. I mean, we've seen this same fucking main event about 4 straight months now, so it's like you've seen one or two, you've seen them all. So the Usos attacked the Browns with dives during their entrance. Referee chose that moment to start the match. Browns fought them off, eventually took control. Breakker put Jimmy through the announce table with a leaping clothesline off the barricade and drove him right through the table. That left Jey Uso all by himself for a little bit. Jey tried fighting back. Reed cut him off with a world's strongest slam. The Browns followed with a Steinerizer, which looked awful. I don't know. I don't know what it is with some wrestlers, man. They just don't take the bumps the right way. They don't. It's almost as if they don't want to take the bump because they're afraid that they're going to get hurt. You're a pro wrestler. This move looked, this was the Steiner Bulldog off the top rope. This looked fucking awful. Jey Uso took this awful. I don't know why. We get enough of that. Can we stop that? Reed went up for Tsunami. Jimmy woke up finally, shoved him off the top rope. Jimmy hit Breakker with a super kick and a pop-up Samoan drop. Reed then gave Jimmy a jagged edge, which is his version of the DVD. And Bron Breakker speared Jey. Breakker stacked the Usos. I'm assuming Bronson Reed was getting ready to tsunami them. And all of a sudden, Roman Reigns' music hit. Roman Reigns is back. Crowd lost their fucking minds. I didn't really bother to care. You saw one Roman Reigns return, you seen them all. How many times can the guy come back unadvertised and save the day, only to be written off TV 4 weeks from now? Coming back and saves the day. I think we'll at least get Roman Reigns regularly on television because this is obviously going to build towards his match at Crown Jewel. And then we got Survivor Series to build. And Roman Reigns is going to be part of Survivor Series. So Roman's out there. He entered with a chair. Big pop. Reigns dumped Breakker from the ring. Hit Reed repeatedly with the chair, sending him over the barricade. Breakker tried to join in from behind and attack. Reigns hit him in the chair, or hit him in the gut with the chair, sent him into the ring. Jimmy super kicked Breakker. Jey followed with a spear on Breakker. Jimmy and Jey hit ugly, simultaneous Uso splashes for the 1, 2, 3. The Usos win with the assist from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns attacked Bron Breakker with a chair. Reigns takes care of Bron Breakker. Reigns shook hands with Jey. They stood face to face as Reigns gave Jey some words of encouragement, telling Jey that this was his show. He needs to take everything and stack them. You gotta stack them. Jimmy's in the background. He's got this skeptical look like, Oos, what are you doing? This is not you. This is not us. This is not us today. This is not what we set out to do. He didn't like what he was seeing. He didn't like what he was hearing, and that's the way the show went off the air. I won't repeat myself, but I said it in the beginning. Jimmy is now understanding that the one who is giving Roman or Jey Uso this advice and making Jey feel the way that he is, the current direction that Jey Uso is taking for himself, it's all because of Roman. It's all a product of Roman. He was on the phone with somebody last week. Who do you think he was on the phone with? Roman Reigns. I don't see no Ulafala around your neck, Oosh. You're no tribal chief, but he's taking advice from the tribal chief himself. So he's going to act like the tribal chief. The things that he said to Jimmy, the things that he said about LA Knight, the things that he said today. Maybe if I've done this regularly, I would still be the world champion. Something that you don't understand. Jimmy doesn't like this. I don't know if this is going to blow up in a way where it's going to break away the family again. I don't know if this is going to materialize in War Games. I don't know if Jimmy's going to be a part of the War Games team because he doesn't agree with Jey. Like I said earlier, I think Jimmy could realistically get replaced with Jacob Fatu. I don't know. But again, this story's being planted. This story's been happening. The Vision, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, the LA Knight shit, it's all background shit. This is the story. This is what we're here for. Is Jey going heel? Is Roman using Jey? Because he knows Jey is bigger and better than he was before when Roman had his first run as world champion. Is he using Jey to get back himself to where he feels he belongs? Why is he focusing on Jey and not Jimmy? Once again, he's treating one more so than the other, better. He's treating Jey better than Jimmy. Jimmy's going to feel left out. I like this. Didn't care for the match. I don't really care. But between this, Cody, Seth, Punk is going to be back next week. WWE's doing a lot of things right as far as the two stories here. One, in Cody and Seth needing to take place and materialize because we got a very small window to build their one-on-one match. But this Jey Uso thing has been building for a few weeks. But this is the type of shit that we need on weekly television. I don't want it to like slow drip. I don't want them to slow burn it so slow that you don't really There's got to be a development every single week. Hopefully they do understand that, but for the most part, I enjoy the story on this show. The wrestling was whatever. But the Cody, Seth stuff, the Roman, Jey Uso stuff, it's really good stuff. Really good stuff. Monday Night Raw was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay. Thank you guys very much for all your support. I know Mondays lately have been not all that exciting. Fridays haven't been all that exciting, to be quite honest with you. I know these shows don't really do much to entertain people and get people excited. I'm doing my best. I can only work with what I got, man. We creators are battling now against basketball season, hockey season, MLB playoff season, Monday Night Football. It's tough, man. You can see why WWE's in a lull. They know exactly what's going on. They know exactly where people's interest is going to be. We feel it too. But I thought tonight was a decent show, honestly. Thank you guys very much for all your support. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Monday night and making this the #1 stream in the entire community on this Monday night as we cover Monday Night Raw live every Monday. Super chats are open. Get them on in. You guys know what to do. I would really appreciate if you guys get those super chats in us the last September or stream of September, last Raw stream of September. Go crazy. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go check out all the content on the channel. Tuesday Night Titans tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, live right here. Episode 114. What we're going to talk about? I have no idea. We'll figure it out. It's going to be one of those weeks, man. One of those shows. Tonight we are sponsored by Blue Chew. So Roman Reigns came back to Monday Night Raw tonight again. Fresh off filming the new Street Fighter movie in Australia. Now we all know he's playing Akuma. He should be playing M. Bison because let's face it, the guy's been final boss level for years. And speaking of final bosses, if you want to bring Tribal Chief energy to the bedroom, that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew delivers chewable tablets that give you the kind of push Tony Khan wishes he could give AEW. Stronger, harder, and longer lasting. It's like you're downstairs just cut ahead of the table promo and demanded the main event. Meanwhile, in AEW, Tony Khan's still booking title shots for whoever sneezes near him on Twitter. Orange Cast. Kyle Fletcher. Last time I tried Blue Chew, I swear my junk walked into the room with Roman's music, pyro, and Paul Heyman holding a microphone. The only thing missing was a bloodline run-in. This ain't just performance, guys. It's erection, resurrection. And unlike AEW Creative, this actually works. This is about legacy, or should I say your third leg. Give her group chat something to talk about because when you lay it down, they'll be talking about how it gets up. And today we've got a special deal for all listeners. Always get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code JD at checkout. Pay $5 for shipping and handling, and that's it. Blue Chew's mission is to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks for Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast right here tonight for the final Monday Night Raw stream right here on Off the Script. Get into these super chats. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good Monday, JD, OTS. Hope all is well. Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Tone C with a $20 super chat. Update on the kittens, JD. The mom refuses to come inside the house, so she's been raising them outside. She had a litter of 4. 1 didn't make it. I got 2 called for and waiting to adopt the 3rd. That's a terrible situation, brother. I'm sorry to hear that. I have 5 fosters and a mother upstairs in the 2nd bedroom now. One was very sick the last week or so, sneezing and coughing and sounding like it couldn't breathe. It sounded congested. I felt bad, man. I thought I was going to lose it. Thankfully, we got the proper medication. We got some antibiotics. Literally within 48 hours, man, like a brand new fucking kitten. I swear to God, man, medicine is amazing. Medicine is amazing. Back to doing what it usually does. May end up keeping the fucking thing, to be quite honest with you, man. Well, good on you, man. Tone, see you doing a beautiful thing, brother. Happy to hear it. JD, are you ready to learn the epic raid? Also, rest in peace, Dado, taking a break now. Yeah, bro, I'm ready, man. I'm on every day. Yeah, I miss playing with you and the other fucking clown. But, man, I'm getting tier 5 drops, man. I got so much tier 5 armor, I don't know what to fucking do with it. Still need a tier 5 retrograde. I don't got a tier 5. I got tier 5 everything else. Trustfall, I got fucking Drang, I got everything. Tommy with a 44 months. I hope you are feeling better, JD, and hope the OTS family are doing well as well. Thank you, Tommy. Do I sound good? I think so. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Seth and Cody work magic together. That promo was fire. I agree, Michelle. Yes. Lucas with a $4.99. This will be my last super chat for a while, as I'm now at college and need to focus on it. JD, can you do the... WrestleMess with a $1.99. Do you think the Saudis want Vince inducting Cena? Fuck Vince and fuck the Saudis. Derek with 32 months. 32 months. Love you, JD. You speak the truth. I got ESPN Unlimited. It's worth it. There you go. As long as you think it's worth it, brother, it's all that matters. Why Heezy with a $6.99? I think WWE's trying to test the waters with either a Dom babyface turn or him as a tweener with this match against a heel and Rusev. Dominic will be a huge babyface when the time is right. Just gotta wait for Liv Morgan to come back. Chris Talbot. No, my Facebook is not open to the general public. And it will never be. Derek with a 2. No comment. Okay. Captain Solo with a 5. Solruka. Tekla, Jesse. Tekla. The Toxic Spider, Jesse. Tekla. Or Stephanie Vicaire. Which one you taking on, bruv? Stephanie Vicaire. Solruka number 2 and Tekla number 3. Sorry, Tekla's got to be last. Tekla's got to be last, Jesse. Derek with a $1 super chat. Thank you, Derek. Derek with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Derek. Hey, JD, been a while. Oos. Love you, Oos. Thank you, brother. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Mets would have a better chance of winning yesterday if they ran out the old timers from the 86 Mets. Yeah. Might have to buy Solid Monster an extra shot of Jack Daniels tomorrow at the bar when we get to the venue. Tribal Chief with a $2 super chat. Cubs won the World Series in 2016. Go Cubs. Go OTS, pal. Did they? I forgot about that. Well, fuck the Cubs then. Let's go Mariners. Jake Ake with the $2 super chat. Great review, JD. Can we get a Vic Joseph? Ah! JP Gordo with a $2 super chat. What's up, JD? Nobody doesn't like you. OTS for life. Nobody doesn't like me. What are you trying to tell me, JP? Everybody loves me? I think that's factually untrue. My Corona with a $4.99. They should do a black Americano for shits and giggles. I could see Carmelo pulling it off. Hearing commentary being befuddled would be funny. Let's not make things worse for Carmelo Hayes, huh? Okay. Furious Nation with a $1.99. What's up, JD? Can't believe it's almost October. Yeah, I know. Where the fuck is this year going, bro? Where'd the summer go? I don't believe sooner or later, man, I gotta see fucking Christmas lights and Santa Claus and elves and fucking gingerbread cookies and snow and cold and Mustangs that don't want to fucking drive in the goddamn cold weather. I can't stand it, bro. I gotta move to a warmer climate, bro. Honestly. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. 026, yeah. Chat wants to see a woke Americano, huh? Just have him come out in rainbow colors. Have him come out with like fucking purple Karen hair. It'd be great. Be fantastic, man. Clear shot way to get fans to stop watching your show, man. Just do a woke Americano. Furious Nation with the $4.99. Also, I agree, JD, that Vince tried to make Damian Priest into Festus. And man, was it awful. Also, which was worse, the Boogeyman Worms or Vito in a dress? As far as what? Watching? Vito in a dress was worse. At least the Boogeyman eating worms, it was part of his gimmick. Chop Sports and Gaming with a $5 super chat. Obafemi should retire Cena or win a world title Royal Rumble quickly on the main roster like Brock did in 2002, 2003. Mid-card titles, same old shit. Obafemi is not wrestling John Cena in his final match. Stop requesting or fantasy booking that scenario. It is not happening. Obafemi should do the same thing that Gunther did. Win a mid-card championship and hold it for a while and then level up. Everybody's enamored by Obafemi. Everybody thinks Obafemi is this fucking unbelievable. He's ready. He's ready. Oba's not ready. Oba is still very green. Oba's got the look of a fucking absolute beast. Guy looks like a modern day fucking... He looks like he should be in Hercules. The way he's fucking coming out there. But do you genuinely think he's ready for the main roster as far as what he can produce in the ring? I don't think so. Bring him up. Bring him up. Have him dominate. But he's not going to be fucking putting on matches like Gunther does. Maybe one day we'll get there. Furious Nation with the $4.99. Congrats to Ricky Sands on winning the NXT title on Sunday. Saturday. Honestly, very happy for him, bro. I think Obafemi gets called up. Where do you see him going? I see him going to... Well, SmackDown could use him. SmackDown could use Obafemi. I think Oba gets the open challenge and he dominates Sami Zayn. Boom. New United States champion. Furious Nation with a $9.99. Also, JD, quick update. The job I had an interview for recently said that they want to bring me in and give me an offer, but I will make my decision tomorrow. I will definitely let you know. Is this something that you're thinking about because you're currently at a position and you're thinking if this position is going to be better for you? So you're deciding between whether to stay where you're at now or go to this position. It's up to you, brother. Where you're going to be happy. It's what the heart wants, man. Neil Burke with a $5 super chat. Shout out from Nova Scotia, Canada. Triple H could learn a thing or two from your show. You speak the truth as a fan and for the fans. Peace, bro. Neil Burke, that is a fucking comment of the night from Neil Burke. Love it. Thank you, Neil. True Crime Unleashed with a 199. Grooming him for the new tribal chief, maybe. Possibly. Well, why wouldn't that be Jacob Fatu? Jay Barker with a $5 super chat says, fuck AJ Francis. Fuck Flop Dollar. Guy lied that I paid him to show up at my meet and greet. It wasn't even my meet and greet, bro. It was a TNT meet and greet with me and Baydala. I didn't pay you a fucking dime out of my pocket, bro. I don't carry cash. I don't know what the fuck I paid you in. WrestleMess with a 199. Gunther would have made a perfect M. Bison. Furious Nation with a 499. Also, I want to send my love and condolences to Sidro regarding his mom. We love you, Sidro. Don't know when Sidro's going to hear this, but Sidro, we love you, brother. Hopefully we see you back on TNT tomorrow, and we cheer you up, brother. Because you do a lot of the cheering up over here. My guy, Best Starter with a $5 super chat. JD, all ESPN post-show comments on whether the game was good or not. Why would wrestling be any different? Hope you're well. Meet and greet, let me know. I will let you know. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. Can you rank these 3 great promos? Roddy Piper, Jake the Snake, and John Cena. Who was your favorite? Jake the Snake, Roddy Piper, and John Cena. Lenin Jimenez with a 20 in Mexican pesos. Do EO Sky's voice again, please. Rhea, I love that Rhea. WrestleMess with a 199. They should send Omos out as an Americano. That would be hilarious, actually. That would be hilarious. Clone Force with a 499. Roman did say in an interview that he would for sure want to hold the World Heavyweight Championship that Rollins has to make it relevant. My barber had to get surgery on his head. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Hopefully he makes a quick and speedy recovery, if that's even at all possible. Michael J. Sanchez with a 499. JD, the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. What are you saying? Bro, you think I follow the Chicago Cubs timeline, bro? I don't give a fuck about anything that happens outside the Atlanta Braves, bro. I don't care. You're lucky if I watch a total of 9 innings between all of these fucking games that we're going to be getting. I don't care. I don't care. And Clone Force with a 499. Jericho comes back to WWE. There would be no story would him to be in. And to be honest, there's many of them, and Main will be winning the IC Championship for 10th time. Jericho may get Styles at WrestleMania. Better watch out. And Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Angel Garza would be an awesome Vega. I don't know who they got to play Vega, but I'm sure it's probably going to be awful. Thank you guys for all of your support, man. Thank you for the super chat love. Thank you for showing up tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night with Tuesday Night Titans. Me and the Solomons are once again live. You guys know the deal. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the channel. There's plenty of it. We had some bangers last week, including our thoughts on the Kenny Omega and Gail Kim fiasco, which I don't know how I got dragged into it, because Gail Kim agreed with what I said. Now, everybody's telling Gail Kim I'm such a horrible racist and a sexist and a misogynist and a grifter and a cancer and all these negative things. People like to fabricate stories in their head. That's how dangerous social media is. It's awful. Anyway, guys, I'm getting out of here. Go check the content out. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. I will see you right back here for Tuesday Night Titans with the one and only
Salamonster sounds
Tearing through your flesh like a jockey for the fit. Got the final breath of that's so meaningless. Torture remains encased in the mesh. Blood starts to thicken as it edges through your chest. Veins and blood react as the dirt forms as one. Pain from below, death from above. A closed in a box as your loved ones gather round. Screams of agony.